I mean, my boy Gooner Lee just witnessed Arsenal 2, Liverpool 2. Would I be right in thinking it was a game of two halves?
Yeah, massively. Obviously, less to do with the manager and just circumstantial situations in the game. But yeah, very, very kind of disappointing overall with the result in the end.
Yeah, because I was thinking, first half, I thought we looked good. Obviously, we got off to a great start. Bukayo Saka after 9 minutes. We got that goal. I'm thinking, yeah, man, we're looking good today. Fair play to Liverpool. They came back into it a little bit. But I thought, in the first half, we edged it. But I thought in the second half, though, wasn't quite at it. Why do you think that was?
Do you know what? Again, I said it earlier on. I think the circumstances of the game dictated how the game actually played out in the end. And look, Liverpool I don't think they were great in the first half, so they couldn't have played any worse. So they were going to come out, they were going to have a bit more oomph and a bit more of an impetus when they go forward. So we expected that. And I think in the first 10 minutes, off the top of my head, I think they had 66% possession. So that was going to be expected. But I do think in the game, losing Gabriel, losing Timber, bringing on Kivior, players like that, not to say that they're terrible players, but it does change the dynamic of the way the team's going to play, the setup of the team, and the way that we actually want to try and penetrate the opposition, which was Liverpool today. So, yeah, look, it was a position that we had in terms of being 2-1 up, but I can't fault the players today because ultimately I think that we more than deserve to win that game. And like slight mistakes, and I said it on the watch along, I thought that we kind of gave Liverpool opportunities, even though we both scored the same kind of goals in set pieces and a ball over the top. I just feel like with our defending, it was more just quite lackadaisical. Whereas with the Saka goal, for example, ball over the top, but he had to actually skin up and rip Robinson, put him on the floor. So, it's disappointing because I said we should have left with the 3 points today, in my opinion.
Yeah, I hear that. Although, to be fair to Liverpool, they did enjoy large spells of possession in the second half. And if you look at the stats, they actually had more shots on target in the second half than we did.
Can I just stop? We spent 15 years under Wenger doing that and not winning games against Bolton, against Man United. We played great football. We had the ball. We had all the possession, had all the shots, and we would lose games. So I think as we develop and, evolve as kind of people that watch football, possession is, 9/10 of the law, as they like to say. Having shots, but what are you doing with them? I can't really think of clear-cut opportunities from Liverpool. Partey marshalled that right hand side for us, left hand side for Liverpool. Diaz was sent back to Azkaban. He was terrible today, and he got marshalled by the likes of Partey. So yeah, ultimately you have to look at and you have to be honest. Like I don't think that you can be too harsh on the defense. You can't be too harsh on the team, but there's a certain special player that we have to talk about, and I'm sure we'll get into it in a second.
Before we go any further, I don't want to make it clear that we're glad that Diaz's dad was found, by the way. I know you don't mean anything untoward by that. Right, going back to Arsenal today, you mentioned Partey, which I do agree. I thought he was really good today, or even though some people might say that he switched off for a bit when Liverpool equalised with the Van Dijk header. But apart from Partey, who else would you like to single out today who's had a good game?
I think Saka has to be mentioned. Look, we can have all these discussions about who he's compared to, is he better than this player, etc., but the guy had the captain's armband, 23 years old, and that was a world-class performance. Now, I don't want to go into is he world-class overall, stuff like that. No one can talk about him being a one-trick pony. No one can talk about him not stepping up. Goals against big clubs, top six clubs, teams that were, before the game started, top of the league, that were, seemed to be the Harlem Globetrotters, winning 11 out of 12 games. And to be honest, he made them ragdoll today. He absolutely rinsed them in the first half. Tired and waned in the second half, but that's to be expected. He's clearly not 100% fit. So, if it's something where you can see the improvements in terms of him getting the fitness and stuff like that, I don't want to see what he's going to become, because I do, but I'm scared for everybody else in the league, because that guy he's ready to take his game to the next level, and hopefully it's going to be at Arsenal. But yeah, he was absolutely tremendous today, and I have to give him special praise, because what he did, it was almost like a one-man wrecking ball. Havertz, I thought, did some nice things but wasn't consistent. I thought Martinelli was, again, he worked very hard, a lot of endeavour, but didn't really have that, that endeavour. And going up against Konate, listen, the guy is I'm tall, everybody knows, but he's like a man mountain. He's absolutely amazing, and it's fair to say that he's probably on that same level of Saliba, or maybe better. Like I'm here to have that conversation because it's fair to have that, but yeah, like you look at what Saka put up today and the numbers, in terms of goals, assists, 3 man on him, and he's still getting past, winning fouls, winning the ball back, holding the ball up. That's what you see from Salah. That is what you see from Salah, and Salah's well known as a world-renowned generational player in terms of what he's done in the Premier League for the last 8 years or 9 years, I think it is, something like that. So yeah, what Saka's doing now, no one can complain about it, man. The guy is a special player.
Absolutely agreed. I'm not sure if you know, but Saka today, in scoring that goal, I think he's the youngest Arsenal player to get to 50 Premier League goals. So everything you say about Saka, I endorse. Anyone else that caught your fancy today? So Partey, Saka, anyone else?
Listen, everybody knows Benny Blanco, man. That's my
That's
guy.
your guy, yeah.
That's my guy, man. I love him. And again, I thought, he's coming through that injury situation that he's had. And again, I thought, especially, marshalling that right-hand side of the defence with the likes of Partey, I thought that, he was absolutely tremendous in terms of just doing the basics right. Sometimes, those things go under the sort of...
well, his cross for the first goal was amazing.
Again, people say he's basic and Gusto's better than him and all that stuff. So, yeah, man, it was the best thing I can say, it was a great team performance. Everybody played well, and I think we made Liverpool, especially in that first half, look like little boys, and they're not, because they are a great team. You have to give them the flowers. The manager's a good manager, and we made them look like little boys. So yeah, I'm very impressed, and we've got 2 big games coming up next, and I think we have to win both of them. So yeah, we're gonna probably chop that up at a later date.
Yeah, you're quite right. A couple of big games coming up. We've got Newcastle next week. It's an early game, and then the following week we've got Chelsea. So given that we drew today, are you disappointed by that in terms of going forward? Because we're kind of falling off in terms of points.
5 points, yeah. It's so hard to be critical. I mean, look, as a top team, you have to be critical of the players in the team, because we conceded 2 goals. However you want to sort of like look at it, we conceded 2 goals and we've not won the game from 2 winning positions as well. But given everything in the game and the context, it's harsh to be critical and be harsh on the team. It's harsh to be harsh on the team, but yeah, I am disappointed, and again, it does become a little bit worrying if we do drop more points against Newcastle, because they're not a bad team. Obviously, the points are on the table, but they're not, just like Crystal Palace, they're not a bad team, but the points are aren't on the table. So it's going to be a tough game, and then Chelsea away, yeah, that's a difficult game as well. So we just got to go on to the next game and sort of see what happens today. But yeah, sort of nearly, but we didn't actually get there. Yeah.
Okay, Lee, thank you very much. Thanks. Yes.